Hi, my name's Kirsty Pickering. I play Jessie McAllister in River City. Today I'm going to be reading Lance and the Alien by Marianne Yeomans. Enjoy. Mr. Brownlow had a garden. He liked to potter there. He'd like to pull out all the weeds and breathe in clean, fresh air. He was very fond of roses, of hyacinths and trees, and he liked some garden creatures such as butterflies and bees. But Mr. Brownlow didn't like at all some other types of bugs. He didn't care at all for hardback snails or softback slugs. For often in the morning he would view his flowers in fright and observe that they'd been eaten by some snails throughout the night. He would cope with caterpillars, but what really sent him off the rails was the thought plants might be eaten by a gang of vandal snails. Snails just gave him nightmares. He would lie awake and fret and think of ways to do away with them. He would get those snail boys yet. Beneath an upturned flower pot there lived a snail called Lance. And he did like eating roses, but he also liked to dance. He'd hum tunes from Sleeping Beauty as he munched another hosta, and he wished that he could jetty like the great Carlos Acosta. But snails have only one large foot. They're not equipped to dance. And this brought a little sadness to the heart of poor Snail Lance, for he would love to leap and pirouette and wear those dancer's shoes, but instead he munched on roses, and this gave poor Lance the blues. Now, Mr. Brownlow was distracted. All his roses had been munched, and he vowed to rid his plot of snails. He knew this was the crunch. So Mr. Brownlow got up early. He was angry, and by chance he came upon the shell-like form of flower-munching Lance. And Lance was unprepared when he was plucked up from the ground by the hand of Mr. Brownlow and sent spinning round and round. For Mr. B was in a fighting mood. He wasn't pleased at all. When he saw Lance munching roses, he just threw him over the wall. "Good riddance," said the gardener. "Those snails are not worth keeping," as he threw the little creature high, and Lance thought, "Oh, I'm leaping!" Now, that could have been the end of him, but fate performed a blip. On the other side of the garden wall sat a small, amazing ship. An intergalactic traveller in his spaceship, don't you know, saw Lance fly over the garden wall and thought in space talk, "Whoa. A hardback snail, how lucky! I have really struck the jackpot." And I think I'd best explain before you think I am a crackpot, that the alien had been sent by those in power on the moon to find an earthborn garden snail and bring it back real soon. Whatever for, I hear you ask? Why ever would they need a snail to travel to the moon? The answer is strange indeed. For though space goes on forever, they were running out of room. There was nowhere left to build a house on their cramped and tiny moon. And our earth snails have the answer, for they carry on their back their very own apartment home in a sort of shell rucksack. So the aliens wished to ask the snail about his mobile home. They hoped to copy the snail's design and make them out of chrome. So when one landed on his windscreen, well, the pilot seized his chance. He opened up the spaceship door. "Hello," he said to Lance. He explained the moon's predicament and asked if Lance would mind if the scientists could ask him questions about the house he dragged behind. And Lance was quite delighted. He'd be travelling in space. "I'll be the first snail on the moon," thought Lance. "That's really kind of ace." So Lance travelled with the alien, and really very soon, beautiful snail-like houses sprouted up around the moon. And Lance discovered a brand new skill. It happened quite by chance. He's staying on the moon because in zero gravity, snails can dance.